This guy trying to bring up old stuff. It's just not relevant no more. It's not. Some things aren't relevant anymore.
Why you get so
Some things aren't relevant anymore. Fans, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Give yourself a round of applause for being here tonight. This is week 292 of the Voice of the Fans podcast. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And we're going to get to some sensitive topics. We got a sensitive discussion to have later on in the show, fans. But let's get the show started with a little montage like this.
Who am I speaking to right now?
Cameron.
My name is Cameron.
Cam Buford. Hey, it's Peter Rosenberg. I'm hanging on my man Cameron Buford.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
This is a big year for Tua to prove that he's a franchise quarterback.
I'm more a fan of boxing. Boxing is my main sport.
All we want to see every year are the best two mothers getting in the ring and getting them.
Best team to fight against. Somehow we got away from that because guys are trying to protect their record.
Think about it like this. The promoter pays the fighter. The fighter pays the manager.
Okay.
So the manager works for the fighter, and the fighter works for the promoter.
Okay.
Talk about that loyalty for a moment. I'm standing there to try to make a change. You know, get back to the youth, get back to my community and show them that there is hope that you can make it out. You know, only thing is you just gotta be dedicated. You gotta keep your head down and stay on this course that you're heading towards.
If you can see, you can believe.
So you are lifting weights currently?
When he said it's easier to score in the NBA versus Europe, did you agree with him?
It's easy to score all over the world. Can I finish right now? Do you want me to speak or do you want to conduct the interview and answer for me? Which one?
What do you think about
Aaron, like I was saying before.
Aaron, what has the game of baseball taught you?
One of the biggest things is being humble.
Can you give a message to the kids to kind of persevere through the false teachings they may be giving?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
As the show Voice of the Fan
Oh my goodness!
continues to
I'm in
evolve,
You were adding some spice to it.
it is strictly banter back and forth between myself and Cameron Buford.
I enjoy all of it.
Like you said, Pacific Northwest. So I think it's a big part of my game. And every time I step on the floor, I just want to represent myself.
Play this game and you're not trying to win a championship, then why you playing?
I'm happy for the Mariners. I'm happy for all that.
Cam, nobody.
Never mind.
Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape, and then you tell me if it was all about just a system.
You look like a buffoon.
Go do your research. Go do your study.
And where'd you hide that draft board? It wasn't in your locker room. Where was it at?
Picked up any sticks recently? I know you said in December you quit playing because you don't like the L.
What's in you? What question you ask me?
I'm saying, have you picked up the sticks? Have you picked up the sticks at all? Oh, this guy.
Hey, come here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
That's what's good in sports, man. It's Big Snoop Dogg, man.
That's what's good in sports.
Thank you for making our voice your choice.
And really appreciate you listening to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Check it out every single week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for checking out the Voice of the Fans podcast. See my man Snoop Dogg in the little clip there, Cleveland. Man, thank you for being a part of the show, man. Let's give Cleveland a round of applause. Let's get every Wednesday donating his time, create some content for you guys. Cleveland, how's it going, man? What's the weather like today?
You know, it's not bad today, Cam. About 75.
Oh, look at you. Oh, you guys are rocking t-shirts. You guys can walk around with t-shirts on now?
Wearing around t-shirts.
Okay. I'm happy for you. Let's give those guys a round of applause up there for the weather turning in the state of Washington up in North. Hey, if you guys haven't been, I'll give you like a little traveling tip right now. June, July, and August are the best times to travel to the state of Washington to visit Seattle. It is, and I'll be very honest with you, the most beautiful place on earth. If you went June, July, and August, you want to move there. You definitely want to move there. I mean, it's fresh air. air. You're not getting any fresher air than Oregon or Washington, anywhere. Southern California, Florida, Virginia. You're not getting any fresher air than the state of Washington. But those are the times to go. If you go during those times, man, you guys will definitely want to return. But outside of those times, Cleveland, bring a coat.
Cam, on a side note, you don't know how many cats I have run into that have gotten suckered into that June to August, and then it gets to December, and
I've already
on
know.
their face like they just feel like they just got the bait and switch. Like, oh,
right?
What happened here?
Yeah, it was all good a week ago.
Oh man, the anger just wow.
Oh my goodness,
indescribable. They feel so betrayed.
That's real deal. That's real deal. But if you go, I'm telling you, as a native, there's no more beautiful place than Seattle, Washington. Zero. I've been a lot of places, man. But I thank you guys for tuning into the Voice of the Fans podcast. We're gonna give you some content to this tonight. We're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs. We're gonna get into this ranking system again. It created this ranking system, and he thought he got some help last week, bringing our friend of the show, Clint Lomax, on. We're gonna bring this up again, and I need answers, fans. I need answers.
Yeah.
I just need it. I can't no other way to put it. I need some answers. So we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to get to the NFL offseason. There's some storylines going out, and then the schedule was released today. So we're going to get into look at a few teams that the show talks about pretty regularly. We're going to get into their schedules, and we're going to see what this rookie coach up in the Northwest, what type of projection they have for the rookie coach up there. Because the draft has already been done, free agency, we're past free agency, training, mini camp and training camp is the only thing we have to look for to see kind of how this team plays out. We're going to talk boxing as well. We got a lot of boxing news that we're going to get to. Got some NBA, MLB topics to discuss. But Cleveland, we start our show each and every week with our numbers game. When you think of number 15, Cleveland, outside of Earl the Pearl, who wore that number the best? Or who comes to your mind first?
Cam, who comes to mind first is Vince Carter, because they're talking about retiring, not talking about, are going to retire his number as a New Jersey Net. That's weird. Who wore it the best is, so to this point, it's been Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's quite all right. You're not with the Vince Carter retirement jersey?
That's up to them. I don't make those kind of decisions. And hey, man, I know he's going in the Hall of Fame and stuff, and it looks cool, but okay.
I mean, basketball is kind of lenient with those things, right?
They are incredibly lenient with the Hall of Fame. Typically, not that lenient with their retired jersey, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not like standing on the,
What's been happening with the Brooklyn Nets recently that it gives my fans some excitement to talk about? Anything happening?
Right. And so right. Any press is good press, right? So
yeah. They gotta have something, right?
Sure.
Cleveland, outside of Reggie White, when you think of the number 92, who wore that jersey number the best, or who comes to your mind first?
Wow, he took the obvious out of the equation. I would have to go at that point with no Reggie White. I would have to go the other big tackles, Albert Haynesworth and Michael Dean Perry.
Michael Dean Perry. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. You still had Strahan out there.
Strahan, right.
You said Albert Haynesworth. What's your lasting memory about Albert Haynesworth?
Not being able to finish the physical that you need to pass, and then when Golick went out and did it, it made him look really, really stupid. It was like, oh wow. Not at $15-16 million a year. And this dude up in the booth can do what you said you couldn't do. That was quite embarrassing.
Well, I'm not sure he already got paid. And so him passing the physical at that time.
But he couldn't pass the physical, and then this dude comes out of the booth and passes the physical. It was wild.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was really trying to pass that physical because he already got paid. So he already got paid. But my lasting memory of Albert Hainsworth is when he stepped on dude's head.
On his head, on his neck. Yeah, that was second.
I mean, that was like, dog. I mean, I understand being ruthless and aggressive and defensive tackle. I don't want any really nice guys. I mean, Reggie White was an anomaly. There's not many nice guys that were defensive tackles or played on the defensive line. So I understand that. I get that logic, but to just step on the dude's head when he don't got no helmet, like that was way across
the line for sure.
Yeah. Cleveland, it's the NBA. It's the NBA playoffs, Cleveland.
It is.
If this isn't the height of the NBA competition, the height of the season for the most competitive time of the year, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But Cleveland, I have some questions for you. And we created this, or I didn't create it, fans. I had nothing to do with this. So, but I posted it on the website, voiceofthefans.org. It is Cleveland calls it the criteria. Your man Clint looked back at it, and Clint gave me it. After having Clint
thumbs up, yeah.
He went back and he identified it as kind of a statistical reference of who's won the NBA title, and I like that. I actually like that description a little bit better because it is just a reference. Well, so where Cleveland fans doesn't like to use stats, he does look back at the history of the NBA Finals champions, and it extrapolated this kind of criteria of those who has won the championship. So he doesn't like stats, but he did kind of twist up the history of the NBA and into this what would you call it, the criteria or formula or
what it takes to win an NBA championship.
And so I want to know, and he doesn't. Cleveland, the tennis player, guys, the tennis expert. Have you been on the tennis court recently?
I almost got out there last weekend and got up to like 72, but I'm 80 is kind of my, my threshold for getting out there. So hopefully in the next week or two. I prefer around 80.
Wait, time out. You say 80 is your threshold, so you don't get on the tennis court unless it's 80 degrees?
I mean, 74, 75, you can get out there, but I prefer around 80 for the first time now.
All right, so he lives in Seattle, Washington, so he doesn't play tennis very often anymore. Just it means that he waiting for the 80 threshold, and he don't play tennis a whole lot. So that was hysterical.
That's cool. That was quite a jab. Like, continue with your question.
So with him being this tennis historian or expert, he doesn't like it when I bring up the others, as Shaq would call them. He doesn't think they play much into they contribute much to the winning championships. Because what do you say, Cleveland? What do you have to have for somebody to win the NBA championship?
You have to have that dude, Cameron.
And so Cleveland believes it's only that dude who wins championships. It's not the hustle. It's not the heart. It's not the defensive mindset. It's not guys like Aaron Gordon. It's not guys like TJ McConnell. Cleveland doesn't believe they play a factor into it at all. But Cleveland, I want to ask you, where's Aaron Gordon rank on your list? Is he a basketball guy?
I mean, he's won a championship, so he is in that basketball god by association criteria.
Oh,
given the fact that he has won a championship.
Where's a guy like TJ McConnell?
I I venture to guess a usual suspect. I'm not sure how many times he's been in the playoffs. I think he's been a few times with the Sixers, at 9 or 10 on their depth chart, and he certainly got some run with the Pacers this second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So, usual suspect. I'll give him that.
So, in what is the series? The series is 3-2. New York Knicks over the Indiana Pacers right now.
Correct.
In those 3 wins, Jalen Brunson has gone for 40+ points, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think 40. So he's averaging like 40 to 41 points, like 11 assists. Anybody? I just wanted to clear up. Anybody done that for the New York Knicks before? I don't know. Can I hear you? Is this thing on?
No, but they don't go to the playoffs that often, so slow your roll.
I mean, history is history. You can't now say, "Oh, it doesn't matter" because they don't go to.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Sure, I mean,
are the New York Knicks a historical team, a legendary team in the NBA?
Cam, they haven't been relevant in quite some time.
That's not the question. Didn't Carmelo? Didn't your guy? Golden shooter, strict shooter, Carmelo Anthony. Didn't he play for the New York Knicks?
He did.
Did he play in the Garden or not? Did they play somewhere else when Carmelo Anthony played there?
They played in the Garden, same place.
So did he ever do anything, Mr. Score only? He didn't do.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Of the sort.
He did not have a stretch where he scored 40 points a game for 3 straight games.
So don't sit here and then disintegrate or discount what Jalen Brunson is doing. He's on the verge of going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mr. Chili, he went to the Eastern Conference Finals at one time. Now it's time for you to put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name. Do you want to do it this week or next week?
It's not going to be this week. I mean, right now it's 3-2. The Knicks are winning, and I don't know if you've been watching the games, but Jalen's looking a little tired.
See, here you go. Here you go. Did help me out? I mean, I know Latrell Sprewell played on the team. I know Oakley played on the team.
What team are we talking about here,
Cam? The New York Knicks. I know there was once a guy named John Starks played on the team. Who on that team scored? Who in the history of that franchise? And what everybody likes to call it. This is not me saying this, but everybody likes to call the Mecca of basketball. Has done what Jalen Brunson has done. Who has done that?
Cam, nobody. And in the second round, that is quite impressive.
Okay.
So far in the first round and the second round of the Eastern Conference Finals in 2024, he's put up some fantastic numbers.
So when he single-handedly drags the it's not single-handedly, but when he drags the New York Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he is the mainstay, the point guard, rivaling. I heard something that was pretty kind of. It's hard to argue, actually, but somebody said he's the best scoring small guard in the history of the NBA. When he's invoking those type of terms, like, when do you, Cleveland? When on your list do you say, okay? Because I've been asking you this since January, and now here we are in May. They're on the verge of the Eastern Conference Finals. When do you decide to, okay, let me take my hate goggles on and actually give this kid some credit?
Well, Cam, I'm an NBA aficionado, so I won't even retort or respond to that question. The greatest scoring small guard ever? Wow. Can you even say that with a straight face?
Again,
maybe you don't really actually know enough about basketball to say that with.
Again, I was merely repeating what somebody else said.
Okay.
I found it was interesting.
Thank you. You're repeating some ridiculousness that someone else said. and then tried to get me to bite into it. And I said, hell no.
I mean, we can have a conversation.
Way too much basketball to say something like that, Cameron. And shame on you for even asking the question.
Okay,
in the second round of the 2024 Eastern Conference playoff.
I'll eat that one. I'll eat that one. I just thought it was hysterical. But I'm saying his play is he's playing good enough to evoke that conversation. Was
New Yorkers with people in Queens and Brooklyn and Staten and Manhattan. That's it.
Oh man, I have little argument here. I have little argument there. That's not my argument. I just want to know when you give the kid credit, though. That's my excuse. What is your excuse for not
when he gets to the NBA finals? When he gets to the NBA finals, gets all the credit.
So he has to show you now. He has to show you 3 series of consistent play.
Yeah, winning the first round and then hopefully getting past the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, no, you got to show me a little bit more than that. So sorry.
So the Denver Nuggets, 3 in a row over Timberwolves. Boy, well, you was ready to renege on your bet last week. The way the Denver Nuggets were looking against the Timberwolves.
No such thing. I never did any such thing. Never did any such thing.
What's that?
I said I never did any such thing.
You were ready. You didn't have to say it.
Was never worried. Was never nervous.
I got some texts over here that will refute that.
Throw them out there. Throw them out there because I got some texts over here from the Joker too. I don't know if you want me to read that thread.
Ooh, the Joker had something to say. I mean, the Joker called in his family, and he got his family back on the sideline. And ever since game 2, the Timberwolves ain't looked the same. So where do we start in this series? Murray avoids. He responds after he avoids the suspension for throwing stuff on the court and doing the money sign and throwing towels at the refs. He was given a reprieve, and I mean he's taking advantage of that reprieve, right?
Absolutely, 100%. And don't forget, Cam. What did I call him? A few months back. Do you recall? The most important player in the NBA.
So, had the refs actually did the right thing by suspending him, are you saying the series would have been over?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, here's what I remember, Cam. I remember there was a lot of bravado, a lot of talking. And I'm so sorry. Let me grab my phone here real quick and check this Joker thread right quick.
We'll have time for you.
You tell Cam stick that chum menu up his ass. That's what he said. Because at 2-0, boy, you sure did. Man, you was woo, man, a good one, weren't you? Had the meal all picked out, circled it, sent it to me. Wow. And then like a day later, Nikola Jokic got his 3rd MVP trophy. And he put it next to the other 2.
Wow.
And he looked at him, and I'm going to get back to the thread. Here it says, I don't think I'm going to let Gobert and
now he don't even earn the correct pronunciation.
I'm gonna let Gobert and Kitty Cat Town stop me from getting my my 2nd championship. You tell Cam next time you see him. I said that.
Rudy Gobert could have stayed at home with his wife the way he's been playing the last 2 games.
Oh, hey, hush that up. That's a 4-time defensive player of the year. He's playing
he could have stayed at home with his wife the way he's been playing the last couple games.
Cam, hold on, man.
The 4-time
before you were saying he shouldn't have even been at the hospital.
You're absolutely right. You are 100%. If that's the play we're going to get from the 4-time defensive player of the year, you can go back home and play Legos or play blocks with your little boy.
He's playing as good as he can play. It's just that the MVP of the league has kind of raised the level of his game. You recall they poked the bear like over and over again, right?
Again, if this is what you're going to bring to the court, you can go
What
back.
What is he bringing to the court that is not legitimate? He played him as straight up as you could play him. He just got abused.
Again, if the dude is 8 for 9 against you,
and that's because you're not playing great defense. He's playing defensive player of the year defense. But
I'll put
that's the National Basketball Association.
I'll put like McDaniels back on at least.
Good offense beats good defense all the time, every single time.
Look, I'll put McDaniels on him. At least McDaniels is gonna put.
They tried all that. They tried every single person on their team that they could think of to try and stop him.
At least McDaniels is gonna put a body on him and give him.
Put Edwards on him. They're gonna put Towns on him. They're gonna put your dude Embiid on him. They done put Alexander Edwards, whatever his name on him. Everybody they can try. It just don't work.
I mean, the kid is skilled
because he poked him there.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic. I mean, imagine if he played defense. Imagine like that kid from Connecticut. Imagine if he had the anticipation like Klingon to play some defense. Seriously, could you imagine? Could you imagine if he had the
no, that's not what he did, man. He's slow and lumbering.
I'm just saying, imagine if he had that anticipation. Boy,
but he don't. Come on, man. He does everything else, man. Why are you trying to pick out?
I'm just saying he would be the best we've ever seen if he had any of that. Any of that. Like
right now, just let him be a back-to-back NBA champion and a 3-time MVP, Cam.
Settle down on the back-to-back. Settle down on the back-to-back. Settle down. As you state, it's only round 2. It's only round 2. You got to do it some more because it's only round 2.
Yeah.
The next series is going to get a little even tougher, right? It's going to even get a little tougher.
The next series will actually get easier.
You think the next series is going to get easier?
For sure.
Against the Dallas Mavericks?
Oh boy, are you sure that's who it's going to be?
No, I'm not, but that's just an example.
Okay, so with that example, you would get a Luka Doncic at 44%.
Well, I mean, no, he's not going to be playing Luka, but they'll get a Luka and Kyrie. See, you left Kyrie off the list.
Oh, well, I mean, Kyrie took 9 shots last game.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that shortly. Is there anything the Timberwolves can do? I mean, outside of a Michael Jordan-esque type performance from Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Edwards can go for 66 and they can win by 2. That's possible. He's certainly capable. I'm not saying he's not, but I mean, let's also not forget that Mike Conley
win by 2.
I mean, yeah, that's possible. But let's also not forget that Michael Conley Jr. didn't play last game. If he doesn't play next game, I don't think they win. I don't think there's any way they win.
What happened to their stifling defense that they have? I mean, they made
an adjustment. Jamal stopped getting frustrated about the contact and just kept getting to his spot and hitting that jumper, which makes him the most important player in the NBA.
So you have this over. What is it? Tomorrow night? Tomorrow night it's over?
Yeah, it's over.
Minnesota can't win. Okay.
If Michael Conley Jr. is not playing, they absolutely cannot win. And I said the one way they can win is if Anthony Edwards goes for 66 and they can win by 2. I'm not saying he's not capable of doing that. So I'm not, counting that out.
You want to put something on? You want to put something on Timberwolves winning tomorrow night?
No.
How confident?
I've just been saying this whole thing. What, you not listening to me?
How confident are you that it ends in Game 6?
That the Nuggets are going to win?
Yeah, Game 6.
Yeah, extremely confident.
Well, what you got on it?
Well, I'll go a 4-piece at Ivers. Yeah, for sure. You got the Timberwolves? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, this is going 7. I got the Timberwolves.
Okay, yeah.
Whether he goes for 50 or 66, I don't know. It'll be just enough to win.
Okay,
Anthony Edwards ain't done.
Go ahead and give me that 4-piece then.
No, that's Dun Dilly. Dun Dilly. Hey, I'm about to go find another restaurant because I gotta save a full moon for when the Nuggets get knocked out the playoffs. I gotta go find another restaurant. That's a Dun Dilly right there.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Sounds good to me. The Thunder. We got the Thunder and the Mavericks on right now. How closely are you watching these games? Did you watch? So I honestly missed they're game 5 now. So I missed game 3, watch game 4. And what I want to know after game 4, the Mavericks had a chance to go up 3-1. They'd had a legit chance to go up 3-1 against OKC Thunder. And that kid, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just absolutely went to work in that fourth quarter. You saw Chet hit free throws in the last 2 minutes of the game when it mattered, and Luka missed free throws or missed one free throw.
They missed 12 or 13 free throws that game.
Yeah. On the game, they were like 11 for 12 for 23 or something like that.
Something horrible.
Was that crack? Was that choking? Was that cracking? I mean, they could have went up 3-1, and they left
that's overconfidence and fatigue, and those role players that you talk about that are supposed to play better at home than they do on the road, just feeling a little bit too much of themselves.
Chet Holmgren?
No. PJ Washington.
PJ Washington had 20 points that game.
Shooting way too much. Wow.
He's open. They double teaming Kyrie.
We're in the second round of the Western Conference Finals. If PJ Washington is taking that many shots, you're going to lose.
Okay, so you haven't been watching much of the Mavericks.
I haven't watched. I watched all of those games, man. Look, that's great.
He's a 3-and-D guy,
especially. Man, when he was open, he hit the shot, but man, don't get too intoxicated on your own supply, man. You're not that good.
Well, when they double teaming Kyrie, somebody else has to shoot, and then Luka, like you said, Luka playing at 44%.
Man, I'm not making no excuses for nobody right now. Okay, it's 2-2, and we're going back to OKC, man. We'll see what's up. Shai stepped up. Chet's been the human fly swatter. So hey, man, don't be bringing that weak junk in here.
Chet, at 117 pounds, I don't know how Chet is getting it done. Like I really don't know. Like this guy hits the floor every time, and I'm like,
remember we saw him at Summer League. It's like, oh my god, they're just going to just push him out of the gym.
Yeah, I'm saying 117 pounds, man.
No more of that. Like he knows how to use his body now, and like okay,
this guy. He has some toughness in him, and wait till he
get some weight, get some confidence. Yeah,
I don't think he's not gonna be a big guy. He's just gonna as you grow, your bones just get thicker, and you be able to manage your body a little bit better.
He's got at least 35 pounds to put on that frame, right? At least.
That might be high. I'll go down to 25. But he's already tough. And he knows how to use his knows how to use his wiry body. I mean, it's impressive. He's doing his thing. They went 23 from opposite of Dallas. They went 23 or 24 from the line. That showed me something. That this young team isn't scared. They're not shy. They're not running from the moment. Where Dallas is, I was kind of surprised that Luka. Are you more surprised? Well, a couple questions. Luka, you say he's worn down. I mean, Luka gives me the Jim Brown-ish feel, where every play, if you watch some Jim Brown highlights, you see every play Jim Brown look like his body, look like he can't run the ball no more, look like they he'd take him out, and then next play for 20, 30 yards.
He purposely got up slow after every play, so they didn't actually know if he was hurt or not from the play before. No, man,
Luka has some of that. Luka has some of that.
This is not that. This is the NBA playoffs in the second round, and this is not the same Luka that was averaging 34 a game in January or February. He's run down, and we'll see if he has enough to get them across the finish line to the next round, in which they will play the Denver Nuggets. But now, I mean, he's a lot of training room stuff.
Are you impressed with Kyrie? Impressed or not impressed with Kyrie turning into a playmaker versus forcing shots up?
I wouldn't say I'm impressed with that. I mean, it's cool that he's, trying to get the other players involved. But again, this is not the time for that. This is the time to get down. Who are you? Let's throw the ball out and find out.
They brought Kenny the chair that goes up the wall, so you can get on the chair, so you can ride the chair up the wall. They brought that to Kenny Smith inside the NBA,
so he doesn't fall going to the board.
Oh my goodness! They brought the chair. They gave him the moving chair that slides up the wall.
That is cold. Wow.
I'm sorry, man. I just caught that out the corner of my eye. That is cold. But dog, when they had the this is years ago, when they had the jersey retirement number and they had his jersey on a clothesline. That was the funniest shit right there when they had brought Kenny's jersey out on the clothesline. That was the funniest shit right there. But
that's not funny, man.
It was hysterical. They had it on the clothesline. Kyrie, man. So they're up right now. I think they're up 10 right now, if I'm not mistaken. But Luka is playing his game. But yeah, I say Kyrie is they're double teaming Kyrie. And so somebody else is going to have to score. So
I don't want to. Why you keep bringing up stuff like this, man? It's the second round of the playoffs. Yeah, sometimes you're going to get double teams, man.
No, not sometimes. All the time. They've been double teaming.
You know what? All the time. And you know what? There ain't no breaks. There ain't no Washington Wizards on your schedule. There ain't no Memphis Grizzlies on your schedule. There ain't no Detroit Pistons.
You're just trying to say Kyrie don't have it. Is that what you're going down to?
No, I'm just saying that's not an excuse or explanation for not coming through. This is when basketball gods come through.
You already called it. You already anointed him as a basketball god.
He is one. He is a basketball god by association, and he has proven that at times he can certainly raise the level of his game and carry a team on his back. Well, this is that. It's that time right now.
Wow. So you're not trying to. You're saying now that Kyrie is not living up to the moment. Is what I'm saying.
Man, it's 2-2. It should be 3-1, right? You got the split.
It should be 3-1.
Came home and you 12 free throws, and you only took 9 shots. And you let some dude named PJ Washington take like twice as many shots as you. And
so he should definitely be a scorer versus a playmaker.
Hey man.
So right now you say Luka
needs, and when the team needs scoring, and you're like deferring to PJ Washington, that's not how you win championships for sure.
So you say Luka is tired. Luka right now is 7 for 11, 17 points at the half. He has 6 rebounds and 7 assists. So right now it looks like he's putting the guys on their back. Kyrie is still 3 for 6.
And so what we got for a score, Cam?
They're up 10, 54-44.
Oh, the Mavericks.
Yeah, the Mavericks are up 10.
Okay. Well, they slapping Dort and Giddy around in their face.
I mean, they're at home, so you can't count the young boys out right now. You can't count the young boys out because they are at home, and they showed that they have they have the propensity to come back on you, and if you slack up, they're going to be right there. The Celtics. I mean, do I even discuss the Celtics? And I don't know what the Cavaliers pulled. I don't know what that is. But the word on the street is that Clutch and LeBron. I mean, Jeannie sent Clutch and LeBron essentially to go talk to Donovan Mitchell. You want to see Donovan in a Laker uniform?
Not particularly, no.
Yeah, well, Clutch is is on the case. These guys, the Cavaliers are so disappointing. I guess it was a close game tonight.
It can't be too disappointing. They were missing their best player for 2 straight games. And they were playing, the Boston Celtics.
Because for a thigh bruise or something like that, he can't play.
Whatever he had, he wasn't in the game for 2 games, and they lost those 2 games. And now the Boston Celtics get to get some rest.
Before they play the Pacers, the winner of the Pacers and the Knicks, this is a tied up series. Or excuse me, the Knicks are up, right? The
Knicks are 3-2 going back to Indiana.
Going back to Indiana. This is a big game for Tyrese Halliburton.
Sure is.
How does the in-season tournament play out for these guys? Help these guys in this series, right?
It makes absolutely no difference whatsoever right now.
Gives them no experience or nothing.
No.
Can they win this game?
Absolutely win this game.
How does the Pacers win this game? Again,
They control pace. They wear down the Knicks that are, pretty much depleted. They get all of their adrenaline rush from, the Madison Square Garden crowd. They don't play that well in Indiana. So they lost the 2 games there already. One by
30.
One by 5, one by 30. So, yeah, I feel that they're going to win this game. Siakam's going to do his thing. McConnell's going to do his thing.
Who? Who'd you just say? Siakam and who?
McConnell, that one dude, McConnell, he's going to do his thing. He's going to throw in his 20. Halliburton's going to, play in front of his home crowd because he's a homer. And then, we're going to go to Game 7.
And then you have the Knicks winning Game 7, I'm guessing.
Depends. I don't know. It depends on.
Are you ready? Are you ready to go ahead? Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say you're ready to.
First things first. There has to be a Game 7. And right now, there's not, but I am predicting that the Indiana Pacers are going to win that game.
It's going to be interesting. Cleveland, I know you don't want the Knicks to win that game. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I know, Cleveland, you don't want the Knicks to win that game and get to the Eastern Conference Finals because you're going to have some explaining to do. You're going to have some adjustments. You didn't want to adjust it after. You weren't a believer in January. You weren't a believer in February. You didn't want to believe in March. You didn't want to believe in Jalen Brunson in April. Now, round 1, you still don't believe. Round 2. You don't want to believe. It's not real. It's still not real to you yet. So we went through 4 months of action. And it's round 2 of the NBA final or NBA playoffs. And you refuse. You refuse to acknowledge what's going on. So I know you don't want the Indiana Pacers to win. I mean, either way, Boston. I think Boston's going to be either one of these guys. I think Boston will be either one of these teams, reluctantly to say. But I think at least the Knicks and the New York crowd and Madison Square Garden, all that hoopla, that might prove to be that might get the Knicks a couple wins against the Boston Celtics. Indiana's not going to. It might be a sweep if they play. Indiana plays Boston. That might be a sweep. It has a. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself because Boston always. I mean, they always give a couple games away. They gave a game away to Cleveland Cavaliers, so they could give Indiana a couple games. Indiana could steal a couple games. Anyway, I got Boston to beat either one of those teams. But Cleveland, this is I mean, this is important to you. This is.
I mean, right now, Cameron.
This is important to you because I know you don't want Jalen Brunson in the Eastern Conference Finals. I know that because that means there's some adjustment to your
absolutely no adjustment. It just means he's doing his best Trae Young impersonation. His team to the.
You see, you see, I wasn't gonna say his name. I wasn't gonna say that, but you said it. The best Trae Young impersonation, boy. You gonna compare anything Trae Young has done to what Jalen Brunson has already done?
Trae Young has gotten his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that is something that Jalen Brunson is aspiring.
Don't make me play "Go New York, Go New York, Go." Don't make me play that.
Why would you? I mean, you can if you want to.
Don't make me play that. Don't. I mean, come on. I'm trying to be.
I mean, anytime New York does anything, it's just this major thing, even when it's nothing.
Even when it's nothing. So I want you to. You're gonna have to stop talking about what Trae Young did that one time a few years ago. After this happens, after the New York Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you can't mention Trae Young again ever without mentioning Jalen Brunson. That's a done deal.
Okay.
Go New York, go New York, go. You can't mention his name without mentioning what Jalen Brunson has been historic. He's been historic. Go New York, go New York, go. I can't believe what I did. He just made me a New York fan right now. He just made me a New York fan right now. Let's talk about another legacy franchise that is just. I mean, they fell hitting tough times right now. Cleveland. Their times are so tough out there in Los Angeles. So tough out there in Los Angeles. They had to go hire Coach K to be their advisor on the coaching search. How does a franchise? How does a franchise like the Lakers have to go out and get Coach K to be their advisor? Like, shouldn't they know by now how to find head coaches, how to acquire talent, how to manage and monitor their team? Why do they have to turn to Coach K? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, Coach K is a brilliant basketball mind.
College basketball mind. Team USA. He's never coached in the NBA. He don't got no NBA credentials.
Team USA, correct. Coach Grant Hill, Coach Kyrie Irving, coach dozens of NBA champions.
Coach Kobe Bryant. He didn't coach in the NBA, is what I'm saying. My point is he did not coach in NBA.
He's got some time on his hands. Why not pick his brain a tad bit?
So I found that absolutely historical that they hired Coach K as an advisor on their coaching search. I mean, an organization like the Charlotte Hornets has this advisor. You know, the Indiana Pacers, the Toronto Raptors hires an advisor, somebody they don't want to pay as the coach to come in and do the job that they can't do, like the front office can't do, like i.e. Jeannie Buss or Rob Pelinka. Like they need help doing their job. That's what Coach K is there to do?
The process is the process. I'm not going to critique about how they go about doing it. I mean, ultimately, the goal is to get the best head coach available and possible to fit this franchise right now at this point in this juncture in their middle.
JJ Redick was doing the Old Man in the Three podcast, last summer. Then their clutch again stepped up and said, "Hey, JJ, why don't you come do this podcast with us?" Him and LeBron start doing a podcast, and all of a sudden now JJ Redick is a coaching. He's in the running for head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Cleveland, what do you think about that? There's
part of the interviewing process, Cameron. There's been a lot of names thrown around. Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. There's been a whole bunch of names thrown around. And so when the things finally,
Pat Riley was not thrown around as the potential head coach of the Los Angeles.
When the dust finally settles, they'll have a head coach.
How do you feel about JJ? Let the people know how you feel about JJ Redick becoming your head coach.
Not record already saying I would prefer to be Sam Cassell, but whoever they.
He don't have no head coaching experience.
Excuse me?
Sam Cassell doesn't have any head coaching experience.
No, and neither is JJ Redick. But Sam Cassell's at least been an assistant coach for quite some time.
Yeah,
two-time NBA champion, back to back.
Three-time NBA champion. So you left. Don't discount what Sam has already done. He's a 3-time champion, sir.
Excuse me, 3-time NBA champion.
Yeah, get it right. Get it right.
Okay. So
James Borrego. You don't like James Borrego? He used to work with He used to work with Michael Jordan. Maybe some of that he can bring some of that.
He used to work with Michael Jordan. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, he was the head coach for the Charlotte Hornets. Maybe he could bring some of that.
Michael Jordan in his executive capacity?
Yeah,
Man, you gotta cut that out.
I'm just saying, maybe he can bring some of that to Lakers. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Boy. Well, then no. I certainly don't want executive capacity. Hell no.
So we're down to Sam Cassell and JJ Redick, and you want Sam Cassell, the first-time head coach. So LeBron can walk all over him. Is that what you want?
LeBron's not gonna walk all over him.
Well,
now JJ Redick, yeah, with the Timberlands on, he walk all over him.
Yeah, Sam Cassell might quit. Sam Cassell might pull a Magic Johnson if he becomes the head coach of the Lakers. He might pull a Magic in November, or he, depending on how his contract is set up, he might be out of there by February if he's the head coach. The way he won't be taking it. I'm sure of that. Should the NBA be worried about the NFL taking over their Christmas Day, the slate of games, and the eyeballs on?
They should certainly adjust their revenue with regards to it, because that slush fund that they usually had on Christmas Day is going to be significantly less than it's been in the past.
It appears that the NBA is returning to NBC.
Oh wow, really?
This is
instead of ABC?
No, not ABC. The NBA used to be on ABC or NBC for a while. I think in the mid '80s it was on NBC. What's your thoughts on it leaving Turner? What's your thoughts on the NBA leaving Turner and being primarily on NBC and ESPN? That means no more inside the NBA as we know it.
Think that would be a mistake, but money is money. We'll have to see how the whole thing works out. If it's a done deal, then what are you going to say? Are all the Tuesday and Thursday games going to be on ESPN now,
or NBC?
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to have regional games on NBC on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They have so much
television content that they have already. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Will they move back to Tuesdays and Thursdays like it used to be? But that was on TNT. It's been on TNT for a while. Like, I'm almost shocked to hear that. And maybe TNT is trying to is trying to match the offer that NBC has put up there, but we got it's 7:15 to go, 62-49 in the third quarter. OKC at home was looking like they're getting roughed up a little bit. But that kid Shea is just so sweet, man. That kid Shea is so sweet. Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a change, a shock to everybody's system. What's your thoughts on the draft lottery, Cleveland? Is there winners and losers? Is there? The draft.
Oh, the big winner is Atlanta. Go ahead and trade that pick for what you need.
For what do they need?
Not sure. It's up to them to find out. But this is a weak enough draft where the number one pick is not so clear cut with regards to what they're going to be going forward. It's not like the Victor sweepstakes. So yeah, anybody interested? Go ahead and throw it out there.
So everybody's saying this is a bad draft. Is it? I think it's just in comparison to what we've seen last year. Everybody was all for it was a Victor sweepstakes last season. Everybody was talking about that. So they said this is a bad draft. But I want to know, help me out. You clearly like Trae Young and what he brings to the table. They got DeJounte Murray. Do they need a scorer? Do they need a big man? They got Clint Capella.
Well, Trae Young's gonna be a Laker next year, so you ain't gotta worry about that. I mean, it's more with regards to what DeJounte Murray is gonna fit, and if it's another big man, I mean, like you said, they already got Capella, so what? 7 foot and 7'1" up front, that's great. I mean, is someone going to take less shots over there, or would you just trade it for other pieces?
San Antonio, I think, is a winner. They get the number 4 and the number 8. Now, obviously, they're a young team.
They got the 3 and the 4. Is that what you said?
They got the 4 and the 8.
Oh, 4 and 8. Okay. Yeah, so you package that, and sure, who knows?
You say package that? You don't draft? You don't pick those guys?
Depends. I mean,
you don't get a legit point guard and then a scorer or a scorer.
When you have a draft like this is the opportunity to make those type of decisions, man.
I mean, I would draft. I mean, Wemby is still young. I would draft.
Do you draft the other dude? All right. So would you give Atlanta the 4 and the 8 for the 1, and then draft the other French dude and run like that?
Oh.
Up front?
No.
No? The 7-1 and 7-6? That don't work for you?
No, because they still obviously that. I mean, if I can get away, let me see. San Antonio, do they have any others in the second round? They got the 35 and the 48. They're not going to buy that. They're not going to buy it. Like one of those guys, they needed one of those draft pick, the 4 or the 8. Like I'm looking for a score or a knockdown shooter. And I need a point guard. I need a legit point guard, whether he's European, whether he went to like the Golden State got that guy from Santa Clara, Baritza, for having a brain fart on dude's name. But they need to scour the earth to get a point guard, a Mark Price-ish point guard. Somebody who has the ability to score, but knows how to get his center the ball when and where he needs the ball. They need to scour the earth for that guy. Whether he's 6'1", whether a lot of people think he's undersized, and he's not going to be able to play in the next level because of his size, but he just has he's a baller, a gym rat. That's what they need for that guy. And then they need a knock him down shooter. Because if they can get that guy to where now Victor can go post up, we saw it halfway through the first half of the season. He'd be in the lane open, and guys were like, "Nope, this is my shot." And they would take a jack up a 3, try to go 1-on-1 and jack up a jumper. When Victor just get him the ball, and Victor could just turn with the over a shoulder hook. They need that guy who can just get him the ball, and Victor say, "Okay, I got it." Boom. And an easy, quick shot. That's what they need. And again, if that's a guy who went to University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, just somebody off the radar, off the map, who can just get his guy the ball when and where he needs it. That's what they need. And then a knockdown shooter. There's somebody, okay, Victor, Victor, you're being trouble team. Find him, he's open, and he's going to knock it down every time. I'm drafting those guys. Because now we're going to have for the next 5 years, conceivably, this unit, this little trio, can learn to play together. That's what I would be doing. If I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know who you go get. I'm drafting a player. I'm not looking to go get a veteran. I'm not looking to get. I mean, I don't think they're that one player away from being a contender. So I get that young guy, those guys that they can grow with. You follow what I'm saying? Me personally, what do you do with the?
Yeah, go get 7-1, dude, and just make it really tough for everybody else. You can never match up.
But
I mean, I understand the point guard scenario that you're coming up with, and that makes a whole lot of sense. But there's no point guard in this draft, right?
Again, that's for them to do their scouting and research. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I think Houston at number 3. I mean, they need a scorer. They need somebody to score, or like a power forward, somebody to play down low. Power forward, not a big man. The French guy may go to Houston because they need a low post guy.
Who may go to Houston?
The French guy may go to Houston, or does he get by Washington? Because Washington drafted the French guy last year, didn't he?
He doesn't get by Atlanta, bro. I mean, that's the number 1 pick that you're trading. You're trading for that guy. You're not trading for anyone else in the draft. They're just playing around and they say that they might draft someone else. That's not the truth.
I mean, who knows with Quinn? I'm kind of disappointed in what Quinn has done so far with the Hawks. I expected those guys to be playoff contenders as soon as he got there, and
they were. They almost got into the playoffs this year.
Oh no, like playoff, like they should have been solidly in the playoffs. Like he did okay the first year. He was there half a year. Okay, that's not on you, Quinn. Last year is on you, Quinn. Like they should have been in the playoffs. They were in the what you call it, the playing tournament. So next week, after next week's fans going to be interesting show. It's going to be an interesting show.
Fans, I'm gonna have my Ivers bag with me with the lemonade and the 4-piece. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get the sampler, man. I'm gonna get the shrimp, the clams, the fries, and the cod. It's gonna be amazing. When what happens, Cameron?
You're saying that that it's over. That Timberwolves cannot win a game, right? That's the bet. Can the Timberwolves push you to 7 games, right?
Correct. So the Timberwolves will win game 6 is what you're saying.
Anthony Edwards is coming to work, buddy. Okay. Edwards, have you heard of that kid?
I have.
Okay. All right. Well, clearly he didn't have your attention.
I think Nikola Jokic is coming to work too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
I think Jamal Murray said he's gonna pick up that shift as well. So
71-56, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dallas is trying to establish themselves.
That's a very bipolar series over there, isn't it? Like you just don't really know what's gonna happen, do you?
You don't, but you gotta stay tuned because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
TV, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of unpredictable. Like the things that are supposed to happen don't happen, and then when the things that are supposed to happen shift venues, all of a sudden it's happening. Like you know, all of a sudden Luka's got what 30 tonight. You know, it's like, come on, man, where you been?
I mean, those couple nights help. But let's see what Luka got on the board right now. Luka 20 points, 8 for 15, 3 for 7 from deep, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. So he's working on triple double. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, he figured out Lou Dort apparently. Yeah, he figured out Lou Dort. Rebounds 32-24 for Dallas. Offensive rebounds, they're up. They beat them by 2. They just they look like I can't watch the game, all the game, but it looks like they're just feeling better. They finally Williams just hit a 3, so knocks the lead down to 11. Let's see if these guys come back. Yeah, I keep my eye on it, fans. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans. What'd you say, Ali?
Oh, he's with you. He thinks so.
Yeah, that's all I want, Ollie. That's all I need. That's all I need. Like I said, I got to go find a restaurant now to for Cleveland to send me to, So I'll have some food.
Yeah, don't look too hard because it ain't happening. I mean,
He just said, my man just said, what up, Ollie? He just told you.
That's cool that he's on your page, man. He's on, he feels the same way. But I'm just like, hey, don't waste too much of your time researching other things because it's just gonna be Ivers coming to me.
So it looks like the Lions ain't wasting no more time. They found their guy. 4 years, $212 million, 170 guaranteed. The Detroit Lions paid Jared Goff. Are you okay with that? You happy with that? Or I mean, what should Lions fans think about that signing that contract?
100% okay with it. I mean, look, they could have been in the Super Bowl last year if the coach wasn't feeling himself so much and didn't understand down and distance and points on the board in a championship game. So yeah, run that back with that team. Even more talent than last year. 4
years, $212 million.
Well, that's the going marketing. You know who is the most happy about hearing about that contract, Cam? You know who's the most happy about hearing about what Jared Goff was able to get?
Look.
A cat named Tua Tagovailoa. Oh boy, I dare you to pay me less than Jared Goff. I absolutely.
Jared Goff been to a Super Bowl.
I dare you to lick that pole.
He's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 conference championships, 2 NFC championships in his career. Twice.
Wow.
So say what you want. He's been there twice.
Don't be sticking up for Goff and his agent just because you don't want to give Tua the money, man. The contract's already the benchmark has already been set.
The benchmark has been set.
Yes. If you don't come 260, I mean, we're not even, man. What are we talking about here? Why are you spitting in my face? I don't understand.
It's gonna be a thank you, but no thank you. That's what it's gonna be.
Quarter billions been thrown around down there in the 305.
Thank you, but no thank you. You heard Scott Hanson break it down. Tua, this is a big year for Tua.
Said that 5 years ago, Cameron.
And it's still accurate. It's still accurate. Clearly, my man Ross has the same concern.
It's a big year for him financially because he's going to get that $200 million guaranteed. No. Yeah, it's a big year for Tua from that perspective. But hey, man, he's shown enough.
No, he hasn't actually. He hasn't won. He didn't beat a winning team last year. The team he's the quarterback of did not beat a winning team last year. You expect me to pay you $260?
He didn't beat one winning team.
Not one winning team. 0 for 6. Not one.
So they won 11 games, or 12 games? 12-5?
11-5.
I don't know. They played 17 games, so
yeah.
Hold on.
Tua's already underperformed. Worse than Russell. I mean, I don't know. He's gonna look worse than Russell.
They didn't beat a single team.
Look at the schedule. They didn't beat a single winning team last season. Didn't beat the Bills. Didn't beat Kansas City. They were close. Lost to the Bills. Obviously, lost to Kansas City in the playoffs. Who else? They beat the Cowboys.
Okay,
they did beat the Cowboys.
They beat a team with a winning record, a playoff team. You see how you try to twist your arguments around just to make more drama, but it's not true. They beat a winning team. They beat a playoff team.
I don't know that the Cowboys had a winning record when they beat them. I don't know that they had.
And what else? And what else? What else happened, Cameron?
I'm just saying. I don't think they had it. If you look at
not a winning team in December.
I don't think they beat them when they had a
winning team when temperature was below 50. I mean, why?
Definitely not a winning team when the temperature was below 50. That's the problem.
Okay, well, hey,
that's the problem right there.
Well, look, here's what I'm going to say. Congratulations to Jared Goff. He has just set the benchmark for what the Miami Dolphins need to do, and it's $250 million.
Okay, so we talked about Tua. Who else is up next? Obviously, it's Dak. We just missed it. Trevor Lawrence is next. Who deserves the most money out of those three? Dak, Tua, Trevor Lawrence.
Dak.
Why is your guy Jerry not paying Dak?
Because he doesn't like Dak, and Dak hasn't advanced very far in the playoffs at this point.
I agree with you, Ollie. Ollie, we on the same page. We on the same pause. We on the same page.
He loves the Dolphins, but he loves to beat down his quarterback at the same time. It's a very weird relationship. It's a very weird dynamic. Like, who else are you going to get that's going to play better than Tua Tagovailoa?
I'm gonna see it. I mean,
would you rather have Dak? You want a Dak for Tua trade?
Maybe not Dak. I'll take Trevor Lawrence.
Also, maybe not Dak, but you take.
I'll take Trevor Lawrence. We could do a swap there. Trevor, come on down to South Beach.
Okay.
Where we actually do some surfing. I know you get plenty of sun in Jacksonville, but come on down to South Beach, Trevor. Dak. I mean, Dak like Tua hasn't proven to get it done, so he hasn't proven to be able to get it done. At least Trevor hasn't been. All things haven't been on his shoulders where he has not gotten done. Dak has been in that situation. Tua, like you said already, Tua ain't getting him to the bowl. Whatever, regardless of if they paid him $30 million, he ain't getting him to the bowl. I just don't want to pay Tua that money because I haven't seen it from him. Yeah, not only has he been injury prone.
I believe he threw for over 4,000 yards last year and over 40 touchdowns last year.
He led the league in passing. But he lost. He didn't do it when he counted. You saw those playoff games. Stop playing with me.
It was negative 44 degrees out there, Cameron. Good Lord.
Okay, what you want me to do? I saw number 15. I saw the guy you mentioned earlier who wore number 15 on the other side in red.
I didn't say he was Patrick Mahomes.
I saw him get it done.
My goodness.
He played in the same weather.
He went from a climate that was 100 degrees warmer to play that game.
Again, I saw that guy on the other side of the field getting it done. There was no problem. There was no concerns about can he perform in the temperature or not. There was zero concern. Nobody's mentioned that at all.
Okay, well, at any rate, the Tua experiment continues. 5 years, $280 million.
And there's a reason that Ross hasn't opened up the paper.
Okay, keep playing around
as well.
Keep playing around. You end up with Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback.
Ooh, we tried that too. We tried that too.
And you're running back. You're trying. What? Want to see what Mac Jones has left in the tank?
Oh, look at you! Look at you.
The other Alabama quarterback. I mean,
I tell you what. I mean, we might be able to work something with Geno. You want Geno? I mean, you don't like Geno? We might be able to do something with Geno.
Oh man, Tua in the grub offense. Oh my gosh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
send me a
couple number ones.
Would you guys please do that? You want Geno? Geno for Tua? We'll take the contract. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
If you want, give me a couple number ones.
You can have Geno. We'll take Tua. We'll take that problem off your hands.
Give me a couple number ones. that's a done deal. I'll do that.
See, now why you trying to add something? No.
You like Tua? Yeah. Give me a couple number ones.
Geno was a Pro Bowler 2 years ago.
Yeah, give me a couple.
Can give you nothing else?
No, yeah, I need a couple number ones. A 2020.
Okay, well, you don't need a couple of nothing. You don't even like this dude.
Oh, now all of a sudden you don't want to. You just want to throw a bag of raisins.
You didn't like this dude. Why?
You just want to throw a bag of raisins now.
What's with the picks and whatnot?
Because we realize what position he holds in the league. Is he our guy moving forward? No, he's your guy. You're moving forward. So give me those. Give me a 26. Give me a 28. Number one, and then you can have them.
Give you 2 4th rounders and Geno Smith.
No, come on. Okay. This call's over. Let the Bucs sign Antonio Winfield, 4 years, $84 million. He becomes the highest paid safety in the league's history. Interesting. I mean, he was a factor. He was definitely a factor, determining factor in the Super Bowl, obviously. But I mean, I don't know where they expect to be going with this guy this season. Valdez Scantling signed with the Bills. You like that pick? Is he the answer there?
No. It's not the answer anywhere.
I mean, they need somebody.
That's like asking Chase Claypool the answer to your receiving problems. And the answer is no.
We tried that too. We tried that too in Miami.
Yeah.
The New York Giants will appear in Hard Knocks. I know you don't like Hard Knocks anyway, but the Giants that appear in Hard Knocks, that I'm guessing that doesn't move the needle for you as well. Does it bother you now that the NFL games are being streamed across all platforms?
Yeah, I don't like having to go into the app and then can't get out, so I can't turn the channel around. It always has to be on Peacock or Amazon or whatever. That's annoying as you can possibly imagine.
But you're stuck watching them, buddy, because you're not going to quit watching the games, right?
I mean, with the Amazon games, it honestly depends on who is playing. Sometimes if you your scheduling sounded really cool in May, but you get to December and it's the Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints, yeah, not necessarily. I don't just have to watch that game. And the one thing I will say about the streaming is that usually it's the first game of the week, and so it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
So
I mean, it depends, right? I don't like the fact that you have to go in and can't come out. That's just
I'm with you. But that's how they get you, but you have to subscribe.
Yeah, plus you have to already have been subscribed to them, and then it's
subscribe to it, and it's like already have ESPN, NBC, CBS, Fox. Already have these channels. Now I got to go download this app and watch it. Yeah, it's a hassle. Come on, guys.
It's Peacock, Amazon, Apple, Netflix. It's like, okay. Yeah.
Like, let me be able to turn my TV on and watch the game. But us cord cutters over here, I mean, we're already surfing through channels anyway. But I feel you. Once you're kind of on a channel, I mean, that you have to have two devices now. It can't even be the two TVs. It has to be two devices: the TV and your computer, the TV and your iPad. iPhone or whatever your device of choice is. That's where it's coming. You have to have the multiple devices going. It's certainly a money play. The NFL don't care how we watch. They know.
And it's really a cash grab from the perspective that they get their money from those other streaming platforms up front. And so it makes absolutely no difference how many people are watching because it's not based upon that. It's just based on a flat fee to have the NFL.
So no, they've already paid. They've already collected out there. Like they don't care if you don't watch or not.
Yeah, right? You don't watch. Oh, that's on you. So
but they know you want to be and you want to have that conversation at the water cooler about what happened in the game last night. And for 75% of their viewers, they can bank on that drawing them into the game. So they're going to turn it on any way they can. We talked about the Eagles and Packers, two of the most rabid fan bases going to Sao Paulo, Brazil for September 6th. You still with the Eagles? The Packers taking over that stadium because the Eagle fans can't find Sao Paulo on the map. Is that? I think that's the comment you use.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if either one of those fan bases can find Sao Paulo on the map, but it should be an interesting game. Yeah.
The Jets.
It seems like they would have picked teams that were much closer to South America.
West Coast teams
no, I mean like a Dolphins or Houston or someplace where it's like you're flying.
They did pick Green Bay. one of the furthest teams up north. I really do think it was because of the fan base. Like they're banking on one or both of those fan bases getting to the Sao Paulo. But I think they're banking on them, even though the tickets are going to sell either way. The Jets and Vikings play in London. They got 5 international games this season. I mean, the Jaguars are in 2 of them. Jets play the Vikings in London.
Jaguars doing that back to back again this year, right?
Yeah, it is back to back. Actually, the Jaguars played the 13th of October. They play the Bears 13th of October, and they play the Patriots on the 20th of October in London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Khan said he has no plans to move the team, but okay. Second time he didn't gone back to back.
Yeah, I think they'll find their way down there, Sao Paulo. The Giants and the Panthers. What a terrible game for Munich. Giants and the Panthers.
Yeah, it's probably some very poor franchises. And what week is that?
That's a November 10th game.
So they'll be like 2-8 against 1-9, something like that. That'll be bad.
That is a terrible game to send out as to get people to buy in to your product. The Dallas Mavericks look like they're comfortably in hand of this game. It's an 18-point game here. Just the start of the fourth quarter, if I saw that correctly. Christmas Day games: the Chiefs and the Steelers, Ravens and the Texans. Yeah, they're rebuilding, but I mean, come on, you don't want to watch them rebuild in Carolina. You think the guys in Munich, Germany, want to see them? I mean, they're going to play. They're going to show up because
they would prefer a finished product.
Yeah,
as opposed to a work in progress. New coaches and not quite sure and short quarterbacks, but we'll see what they can do. You never know. Every season's different. Maybe this new environment, everybody is 0-0 right now.
So do you tune in for the Chiefs versus the Steelers or OKC versus Dallas on Christmas Day? Or the Lakers versus Golden State on Christmas Day? Or the Lakers versus Boston on Christmas Day? Or Miami versus Boston on Christmas Day? Any of those games, any of those hoop games, NBA games get you, or it'd probably be San Antonio playing. Who are they going? San Antonio going to play? OKC. Now that might be actually worth.
I'm watching the San Antonio, Denver. I'm watching the San Antonio, Los Angeles Lakers. I'm watching a Denver Celtic. Yeah, I'm watching that.
Over the Chiefs Steelers on Christmas Day. Coming toward the end of the season. Towards the end of the season, you're watching NBA over NFL.
I mean, we're flipping back and forth, but I'm trying to say primarily it starts with the NBA.
Ravens, Texans,
like
San Antonio, OKC, Chet versus Wemby.
Chet versus Wemby or CJ versus Lamar. I'm probably gonna go CJ Lamar.
Ooh. I mean, the NFL is throwing some daggers at you.
Yeah, they're being very cruel about this.
Yeah, they're throwing some daggers out there. Boy, like those games. I mean, just those Chiefs versus Steelers. You're gonna want to watch Patrick Mahomes, and you want to see what the Steelers are doing. I mean, by this time, it might be the young boy playing over Russell, but you want to see what they're doing, and then CJ and Lamar.
CJ and Lamar is a rough.
Like that's almost must see TV right there. That's almost must see TV.
That's the steamroller. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but if you have Otis, if you got San Antonio versus you got Chet versus Wemby, are you watching Chet versus Wemby or CJ versus Lamar? Which are you picking?
And it depends on what my fantasy team is doing as well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If my fantasy team got a bunch of stuff going, I mean, Chet and Wemby in the 30th game of the season is not. It's not.
No. Chet Wemby in that's not even the 30th game, and that might be the game 20.
By Christmas? No, they start in September.
They start late October. I mean, they might be. What they're playing 10 games a month. November, December. They're game 20. That's game 20 around there. It's still early in the season.
October and November, and then you're on Christmas, so it's game 30-ish.
I think it's more like 20-ish. But Chet Wemby, yeah. See, I mean, that's you got to think about that one though. Yeah, think about that one.
Yeah, well, the NFL is making it really, really hard.
Yeah, they're making it really hard. So
it used to be easy. It used to be like, man, we're just going to be watching hoop all day. It'd be great. Now
right,
it's like,
right. No, it's like we got something else.
Now it's like decisions, man.
8:50 to go, 89-74, 15-point lead. Hardaway.
I'm definitely down to watch Embiid Joker. I mean, I'm down to watch that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's some. The NBA can compete. Certainly, the NBA can compete, but like you said, the NFL has made it so you used to watch hoop all. You're used to watching hoop all day on Christmas Day. The NFL is like, let's get some of this pie. Let's get a bite of this apple.
It is pie, as a matter of fact. Like you have to be a hardcore hooper to really make that decision.
So let's look at your schedule right now, Cleveland. Let's go through your schedule and see your NFL schedule and see what kind of you're thinking about. Now I'm not gonna hold you to this.
Okay.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But right now, you guys got. I mean, this is kind of you got the Giants, Falcons. You got the Rams. You guys always split with the Rams. You split with the Cardinals. You got the Jets on your schedule. You got Green Bay. You gonna see. You gonna see the Bears. You gonna see the Vikings. Let's go through this list and see what do you give this record right now. You got Denver. Is Denver a win or loss?
I'm gonna go win versus Denver.
Yeah, it better be a win, boy. If you got to open the season 0-1 against the Broncos, whew. The Patriots, win or loss?
That's a win.
You welcome the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, and
that's a loss.
You got that trio right there. That's an L right there.
The
Detroit Lions.
That's a loss.
The New York Giants.
I think we get that one.
That should be a W. You got the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a loss.
The Atlanta Falcons.
I think we might be able to get them.
You got okay. Let's give you a W. The Buffalo Bills.
It's a loss.
You'll beat Atlanta, but you lose to Buffalo. Right now you're 4-4, 8 weeks into the season.
Okay.
You got the Los Angeles Rams. We know you'll split with them, but you got them at home on November 3rd. Then you go on a bye. You got the San Francisco 49ers.
It's a loss.
Ooh, you're 4-6 right now. 10-point game in OKC right now. Shea just hit a 3. Who'd I say? You got San Francisco, right? You got the Cardinals November 24 at home. You're gonna split with them, so
I'll take the dub on that. Not 100% sure, but just in case.
5-6, and then you got the Jets. What is the Jets?
It's a loss.
Ooh, 5-7. Then you see Arizona again, December 8th on the road.
It's a loss.
So we gave you the win earlier. Green Bay Packers, December 15th. Ooh, this is a 5-9 season right now. We're looking at the Minnesota Vikings.
Get that one.
Quarterback. You guys should be able to beat the rookie quarterback. You got another rookie quarterback in the Chicago Bears day after Christmas.
It's Caleb in Rome.
Uh-oh.
That's on the road in the cold. I'll go with the L on that one.
On the road you guys, it's not like you guys play in Texas.
It's not like it's Chicago weather around here ever. So, and certainly not December the 26th. So,
and then you finish with the Los Angeles Rams. We gave you a win, or we gave you a loss at home. Is that a win? Do you get to 7 wins this season?
I'm gonna go with a win and say 7-10.
Ooh, 7-10 for the Hawks. Are you happy with the 7-win season with the young with the young head coach?
I am happy with the 7-win season. If they do better than 7 wins, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Wow. You hate Geno, don't you? Tell the fans you hate Geno.
I hate Geno.
Just tell the fans you hate Geno.
I hate Geno.
My goodness. Geno, you got Geno getting 7 wins. Come on. If they go 7-10 and Geno starts all these games, yeah, that's it for Geno. That's it for Geno. He gave him 7 wins. The boy, you just hate Geno so much, don't you? I mean, what did he do to you? Did he steal dinner?
He didn't do anything to me personally. It's just he's not a very good NFL quarterback. I mean, he has flashes of brilliance in that one. First half of the season 2 seasons ago was like, wow.
First half of the season, look at him. Boy, I tell you what. Let's look at this Dolphin schedule, fans. I'm a Dolphin fan. He's from Seattle. He's a Seahawks fan, obviously. Jacksonville Jaguars, week 1, W. Buffalo Bills, week 2. At Hard Rock, at home, W. We travel to Seahawks. That's a W. So right now, we 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee Titans. Boy, if they don't beat the Tennessee Titans, boy, I tell you what.
See that last year, but okay.
I got 4 wins. The Patriots, that's 5 wins right there. 5 legit wins. Then we're going to buy.
Okay.
The Colts. We got the Indianapolis Colts. Come on now.
6-0.
Come on, man. The Arizona Cardinals.
7-0
with Kyler Murray. Come on, man.
7-0.
We lose to the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, 7-1
at Buffalo. Going to LA this Monday night. We got all weekend. We probably get to LA on Saturday.
I'm sorry, is this the Chargers or the Rams? Please be more specific.
This is the Miami Dolphins.
No, they're playing the Los Angeles Chargers or
the Rams. The Rams.
Oh, okay.
We get to LA probably Saturday, man. We gotta see what West Coast life is like, man.
So now you're 8-1. Okay.
No. I think I'm giving the Rams a W.
Oh, you're getting the Rams. Okay, so you're 7.
LA beats them. LA beats them.
7-2.
7-2. 8-point game. 5:29 to go. 8-point game. Chet with a block. That's a block. Did they call a foul on that? Kyrie drove to the hoop. Should have shot a lay-in, but he passed and did an alley-oop to Gafford. Chet blocked it. That was a block, but they sent Gafford to the line. Gafford, 8 points. He probably 30% from the free throw line. He misses the first one. 5:29, 8-point game, 81-89. Gafford slapping himself on the head, but dude, this is not where you shine. At the free throw line, the fans in OKC is going wild. Gafford, the second of 2 free throws. What does he do? And he makes it. So it's a 9-point game with 5.5 to go. Our fans, what is Shea? He's coming down the court. What does he do? Chet tried to spot him for 3. Oh wow! Oh my goodness! Chet fake like he's shooting a 3, drives to the hoop and dunks it on the whole Dallas Maverick squad. Chet for the 11th point of the game, 10th and 11th point of the game. Oh my goodness! So now it's a 7-point game. Luka has it at the top of the key. Oh, there is a foul. They don't call the moving screen. But then, who is that? Who hits the three? PJ. PJ hits another three in the corner. Makes it a 10-point game. PJ Washington, 7 points, 7 shots tonight, 8 points on 7 shots. All right, it's an 8-point game. Boy, this game is getting good. I'm sorry, fans. I'm sorry, fans. This game is getting good. This game is getting good. I'll try to pull up the Thanksgiving games later. Right now we just going through the schedule. But Thanksgiving games are like there's no competition. Oh, Kyrie, has another shot. They kick it out they kick it. Ooh. Kyrie passed up a 3, kicked it to Luka. Luka passed up a shot at the elbow, kicked it to PJ Washington, who pump faked the 3. Well, the 3 got blocked. He got the rebound and then goes in and dunks it. And it's a 3:50 to go, and it's a 9-point game. Shea goes to. They're not calling fouls. Well, Shea went to the hole and he got fouled, but they're not calling fouls. Like that should be immediate foul. Like they're considering it. Look, yeah, come on, Luka, you gave the man a whole body shiver. Like, what are you arguing about the foul? He gave him a body shiver. Shea goes to, Shea's only 28, 128. He goes right to the ground, and Luka complaining about a foul. All right, let's get back to this Dolphin schedule. Where we at? We lost to Buffalo, November 3. We lost to the Rams in Los Angeles. Raiders come to Hard Rock.
That's 8-2.
That's a W. That's a W. New England Patriots come to Hard Rock. That's 9. That's 9. Green Bay Packers. We travel to Green Bay Thursday, November 28th. I'm gonna give that one to you.
93.
I'm gonna give that. Oh, we got the Jets. No, December 8th. That's a W.
In New York?
It doesn't matter. It's in Hard Rock, but it's in Hard Rock, December 8th.
Was that Hard Rock? Okay, so 10-3. Okay. 10-3.
We got the Houston Texans. Oof. Let's say we're gonna lose that one.
10-4.
I think Ryan D'Amico's circled this game on his calendar. San Francisco 49ers come to town December 22nd. 10-5.
10-5.
At Cleveland Browns, December 29th. See why Goodell thinks he's slick, man. At Cleveland Brown, December 29th. Man. 10-6.
10-6.
And this is see, man. This is why we need another quarterback right here. We lost. We just fizzle out. We was 8-2. We was 8-2 earlier in the season. We just fizzle right on out. And we have San Francisco, Cleveland, and the Jets at New York. And we finished 10-7.
Oh, the final game's at New York. Oh,
at
so
New York.
So 10-7. So from 8-2
to 10-7.
And then you in the season 2-5.
That's why we need another quarterback. That's why we don't pay this guy.
And what other quarterback do you need?
I mean, maybe we need to go to look at the draft or something. I don't know. But we need somebody who can close.
This was like the 5th pick in the draft, Cameron.
Okay, he's not worth it.
And he was the leading passer in the NFL last year.
So these guys are the OKC now with 3 minutes to go. They're down 9 points. OKC, 3 guys pump faking 3-pointers. They're just looking for 3-point shots. and they didn't need. Now they're wasting time. They're looking now. Should they foul? They're just wasting time. But on that last drive with over 3 minutes to go, everybody caught the ball looking to shoot a three. Like that was youth right there. That was youth and not getting their easy shot. 3 guys pump fake 3-pointer. 1 dude pump fake twice to try to get a 3-pointer. Like, dude, get your easy bucket. Go score. You guys are coming back on them. You narrowed the lead. Take an easy bucket. That was youth right there.
All right. Well, so if you guys are going to take Geno and 2 4th rounders and you just don't want to no more because the best you can do is 10 and 7, then that's fine. We'll take them up here.
Again, you got those number ones ready?
I have Geno Smith, a Pro Bowl quarterback, and 2 number 4s.
No, number 4. Come on, man. Who are you talking? This ain't Walmart. I mean, we trying to elevate. What do you think this is?
You're getting Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is not the quarterback of the future, just like he's not the quarterback of the future for you. You think Geno Smith is a bridge quarterback.
Okay, well, then use your first round pick next year at 10 and 7. That's kind of middle of the road, and draft yourself a quarterback.
That's why I need a higher pick. That's why I need one of your higher picks after you're 7 and 10. After you're 7 and 10, we need a couple more higher pick.
Look, man, I'll give you a 2 and a 4.
You know what? I might take 2 2s out of you since you want to drive a hard bargain. I might take 2 2s out of you.
Okay, well, hey man, call Snyder. Set it up.
So 10 and 7, we falter at the end of the schedule.
10 and 7, mate. That's right on the fence of making the playoffs.
Right on the fence, exactly. And you want me to pay a dude who has us right on the fence of making the playoffs? I'm paying him $50 million. Yeah, now it's over.
Well, I mean, like for example, the Los Angeles Chargers are paying Justin Herbert $50 million a year, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
Well, there's no question of what he is. Are you questioning the effect of Justin Herbert? Are you questioning him?
I'm just saying that
would you not want Justin Herbert on your squad?
$50 million that didn't make the playoffs. That's all I was saying.
So let's look at this schedule real quick. So 10 and 7, the Dolphins are 10 and 7, and again, they were at 8 and 2. They were 8 and 2, and they go 2 and 5 the rest down the stretch. That quarterback does not deserve $50 million. Okay, you and I can look at this. You and I can look at this in May,
but he does.
Project how this season
Here's
goes.
why. Here's why.
He doesn't. No,
because he's right on the cusp of making the playoffs.
Right on the cusp. I'm paying you $50 million. I need to be comfortably in the playoffs. I need to be contending for a championship. I need to be contending for an AFC championship.
And that was a very pessimistic 2 and 5 down the stretch. Suppose they go 3 and 4. And in the season 11 and 6, they're almost guaranteed to make playoffs. Maybe the Bills aren't as good as you think.
Again, we're looking at this on May 15th. We can project what's going on. I need guaranteed playoff action. I don't need a potential playoff game. I need guaranteed.
Here's what I'm saying. The market will bear $50 million for a team that doesn't even make the playoffs.
And you keep want to bring these guys up.
Actually, 2 times. The Bengals didn't make the playoffs last year either.
Again, you're trying to compare Joe Burrow to a
so your argument is you don't pay a quarterback that's on the fringe of making the playoffs that much money. And I'm saying, well, yeah, actually you do, because here's 2 quarterbacks making over $50 million that didn't even make playoffs at all.
But it's not all on the quarterback. It's been proven. We're not going to get into why the Chargers
are putting it all on Tua then.
Because he has the tools he needs.
It's been nothing but good to you guys, man. I don't really understand.
Again. I'm paying my guy $50 million. Like I need Herbert to stand up right now. So let's look at Herbert's schedule and see what he's going to do. Week 1, the Raiders. they're at.
We'll be optimistic about this. Yeah, we'll say a win.
Yeah, that's a W. At Panthers, W.
That's 2.
At Steelers.
Nope.
You say no?
2-1.
At KC.
2-2.
No, excuse me. They got KC at home. 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
They'll split with KC. KC. But early in the season might not be the time to get. They'll split. They got the Broncos in week 6. Give them a W.
Wait, okay. Is there a bye in there somewhere?
The bye week 5.
Okay, so they 3-2. Okay.
They got the Arizona Cardinals week 7, Monday Night Football.
We'll be optimistic. 4-2.
New Orleans Saints week 8.
We'll be optimistic. 5-2.
Cleveland Browns week 9.
5-3.
November, the weather has a turn. You got them you got a losing to the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee Titans
6-3.
Cincinnati Bengals
6-4.
Baltimore Ravens
6-5.
Atlanta Falcons
7-5.
Kansas City Chiefs
7-6.
I gotta give them one W.
Okay.
They'll split with the Chiefs.
8-5. 8-5.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers
9-5.
Look at you. Denver Broncos
10-5.
They finished the season with the New England Patriots at New England, 11 wins,
11.
and the Oakland Raiders.
We said a split, so 11-6.
11-6. That's a good schedule right there. I mean, that's a good schedule, and Herbert gets them into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about now that talk again? We're doing this in May. Herbert gets them into the playoffs. You still want to bash Justin Herbert, or now 11-6 doesn't get you in the playoffs?
In the AFC, I mean, it's possible. It's a good shot.
They have the tiebreaker.
They have the exact same record as the Miami Dolphins. I mean, theoretically, 10-7, give or take a game.
Okay. I'll take Justin Herbert over Tua Tagovailoa any day and twice on Sunday.
Okay, well, that's saying a lot.
And I think you would too.
I like Tua.
No, you're not taking him over Justin Herbert. Cut it out.
Well, I mean, he's got his team to the playoffs. Justin Herbert did that once, and they gave up that inexcusable lead to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't really think that the Chargers are actually going to make the playoffs next year, but it sounds good.
I just gave you we just went through their schedule.
I know it. I was being really optimistic, understanding that things tend to break differently than you think. Yeah, they're not gonna make the playoffs, man.
Now he's just gifting teams wins, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's real early. Training camp hasn't started. I mean, Harbaugh hasn't started saying weird stuff yet, and But right off the top of my head, the Chiefs, the Jets, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Texans get 5 of those spots. So we're talking about 2 spots left.
So one more time, you AFC playoff team. Would you say the Chiefs, the Bengals?
Off the top of my head, the Chiefs, the Jets, the Bengals, the Ravens.
Stop it. The Jets are not a
and the Houston Texans. So that's 5 teams. Haven't really talked about the Steelers. Haven't really talked about what the Colts might do.
Come on, Colts is not in the playoffs. The Colts are gonna have a rookie quarterback.
He's not a rookie quarterback. He played
He
last.
is. He played 5 games last season. He's a rookie quarterback.
Okay, so he's not a rookie. He played NFL football last year.
Otis, you want to know what the playoff or what the Thanksgiving Day games look like? The Bears at Lions. Woo! Now we talking.
That's rough.
Now we talking.
Yeah,
now we talking. We've been waiting for the Lions. Not only we've been waiting for the Lions to
with that one, I have no idea what's going on with that one, but that's must-see TV right there.
That's gonna be a good game right there.
Yeah.
Giants at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys easy. It should be a Cowboys easy win. We don't know what the quarterback is going to do. We don't know. The Miami Dolphins.
Those are the only 2 games?
Packers. No, the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh. Okay.
I think I gave. I think that.
A little colder.
Yeah, I think I gave the Packers a win.
So those 3 games.
So we got. I mean, you could take a break from the family. You definitely got a good morning game to watch. Take a break and go have dinner and celebrate. You could travel, go over to your aunt's house, go over to your grandma's house during the Cowboys Giants game, and then be home to tune in for the Dolphins versus Packers. That's a good slate of games on Thanksgiving Day, right there. Right?
Those 3 are marquee. Like I said, the middle one's not marquee. That's just the Cowboys. But
it's the Cowboy game. You get plenty. That'll be on every TV in the country. That'll be on every TV in the country, whether who's watching it or not. But that'll certainly be on. Yeah. Okay. To see if the NBA you think the NBA try to throw a game in on November on Thanksgiving Day? NBA doesn't play dirty pool, huh?
Well, it doesn't work the other way around, Cam. You can't impose your will on the biggest television entity that there is. The other way around, you can do that. But yeah, you can't just say I'm going to steal some viewers from the NFL. It's hard to do.
All right, fans, give us your thoughts on the schedules. We went through the schedules for the Miami Dolphins, for the Seattle Seahawks, and the Chargers. Which ones do you agree with, and which ones don't you agree with? Do you agree also that Thanksgiving Turkey Day that's on May 15th? That looks like a good schedule for Turkey Day. A good schedule. I mean, that to me that looks like a good schedule that'll get you sitting down in front of the TV. Need a break, man, or you want to keep rolling?
Let's keep rolling.
Fans, each and every week, man, we bring you guys something, a little history lesson. This show or this segment I like to call This Week in History, where we talk about some things that have happened in history that may have been forgotten, overlooked. Maybe you just don't remember. I don't know. One of the 2. One of the 3, actually. But nonetheless, we just want to highlight some of the things that happened before us. 1826, Cleveland 518. Josh Rushworm became the first African-American college graduate in recorded history, receiving his degree from Bowdoin College in Maine. May 15, 1911, Kappa Alpha Psi was founded on the campus of Indiana University. Surprised that Indiana got the first fraternity. Are you a member of fraternity, Cleveland?
I am not.
Did you join? Okay, like me. 5/15/1918, Cleveland. Henry Johnson was ambushed, taken into custody, single-handedly managed to kill four soldiers, and rescued 20 others. He was awarded France's highest military honor, the Coup de Guerre, making him the first enlisted American soldier to win the medal. May 17, 1875, the first meeting of the Kentucky Derby is won by Oliver Lewis, an African-American jockey riding a horse Aristides, 1875. Cleveland, May 17, 1954, U.S. Supreme Court ruled on Brown versus Board of Education, excuse me. The landmark decision was declared that segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. The unanimous decision was read by Chief Justice Earl B. Warren. That was 1954. 5/8, 1968. Dr. Patricia Bath, an anthropologist from New York, became the first African American woman doctor to receive a patent for a medical invention. She patents a method for removing cataract lenses, transforming eye surgery using a laser device. This is 1968. May 14, 1963, Arthur Ashe becomes first African American to qualify for the U.S. Davis Cup tennis team. Cleveland, a little trivia here for you. Name the 5 guys with 500 home runs, 600 doubles. 500. This is baseball. Cleveland. I'm not sure.
No, I'm trying. Okay, is it just any baseball player, or is that African American? Any baseball player?
Any baseball player. 5
Okay.
guys. They happen to be 3 international, 2 black guys.
3 international, 2 black guys. Barry Bonds.
Is that your answer to every
incredible statistic starts out with Barry
baseball
Bonds.
trivia?
Yeah, every incredible statistic starts out with Barry Bonds. Yeah.
You think like Wilt or something?
I mean, that just goes without saying. Hank Aaron.
Okay.
Alex Rodriguez. No Alex Rodriguez? Okay. Got 3 left. You said 3 international. Okay, so 3 international dudes.
Yeah, you named the 2 black dudes.
So 3 international dudes with 500 home runs and 600 doubles. And one of them's not Alex Rodriguez. Okay. Sammy Sosa. Is that one of them?
No. So how many is that? 2 strikes?
Roberto Clemente.
No. She just said, "Help me out."
Man, help me out. I don't know.
Boots is trying to help you out, but Boots is wrong as well. You said A-Rod. A-Rod is not there. Aaron is there. Ruth is not there. Mays is not there. 2 African Americans is right there, Boots. 3 international. You don't got no international guys in there. Okay, so here's the list. Here's the list right here. 5 guys with 500 home runs, 600 doubles. David Ortiz, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera.
Okay.
Who is
list?
Huh?
So that's an interesting list. I should have got the Pujols. The Ortiz would have never got that.
Well, he was actually that sparked the list from here.
600 doubles, dude. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Name the. This is an interesting one. Who was the only catcher to catch 2 no-hitters? 2-part question. Who was the only catcher to catch 2-part hitters? And can you name the pitchers?
To catch 2 no-hitters.
I personally never heard of the dude, and I only heard of one of the pitchers.
So then, no, I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, because I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Ron Hassey, have you heard of? Are you familiar with Ron Hassey?
That was 2 perfect games, right? Not 2 no hitters, right?
It was 2 perfect games. You're absolutely right, Keith.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. Who threw the perfect games? Dennis Martinez.
Dennis Martinez for the Expos and some guy for the Indians. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Lynn Barker. That was an 81. All right, Cleavon, were you part of the 2.1 million viewers who watched Caitlin Clark's debut? What were your thoughts? Give us your breakdown of her debut.
There was NBA playoff basketball going on, so I didn't really watch a whole lot of it. I turned periodically.
The Pacers and Knicks were playing. You weren't watching the Pacers.
There was NBA playoff basketball on, so I turned over periodically. What I saw is that she was getting swarmed, and that it was just
girl was locking her up.
Yeah, it was just like Tarazi said it was going to be. These are grown women that have been playing, professional basketball a long, long time, and these aren't, 18-year-olds out the farm. So,
yeah,
that's what it looked like.
I should have remembered old girl's name. Shame on me for not remembering the girl's name from Connecticut, who she was locking her up. Boy, she wouldn't give her air to breathe. It was can she get better? Sure. I'm still, and I've asked a lot of people this. Both coasts back in LA, people who cover women's basketball. Like, what is it about her that has captivated everybody? People are putting her in conversations with, Tiger Woods changed the game. He brought a lot of eyeballs to baseball, but Tiger Woods brought a lot of eyes to golf. I don't think nobody was eyeballing Tiger Woods until he destroyed the field in the Masters back in 1997.
Tiger Woods was a prodigy when he went on the Mike Douglas show.
Well, okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. When he was 4 years old, yeah, fair enough. I got you. But until he blew away the Masters,
no, man, that's such a ridiculous comparison. Tiger Woods was like an amateur, like made the cut as an amateur.
But was the question, what is he going to do?
National champions at Stanford. Why is
Cleveland? But what I'm saying, I'm not saying Tiger Woods wasn't good until he won the Masters. That's not what I'm saying. He didn't take the world by storm until the Masters was not the Masters. Was that his first Masters, I think, in 97? It wasn't even a competition. He won it by 20 strokes or something like that. That's what I'm saying. That's when it caught fire. That's when all of a sudden that's when my uncle started going to the golf course. It wasn't when he was at Stanford. That wasn't the case. That you weren't watching golf. You weren't watching Tiger Woods at Stanford coming out like this is going to be the next guy. You weren't doing that, Cleveland. Don't even give me that. Not saying he wasn't good. Not saying people in the golfing world didn't recognize his talent. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying when America or the world recognize that this guy is the next thing and that he's going to be dominant is when, correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't before the Masters when he just blew away the field. Because I can tell you that's when I turned it on to be like, is he going to fall?
I think that would be better to say that's when you turned it on. Yeah.
I'm a sports fan. I would venture most of America is not far from when I turned it on. I'm gonna venture to say, Cleveland, that you did not go get any golf club because
I don't know. I disagree with you. Tiger Woods is the athlete of the decade and has been on a lot of people's radars again for a very, very long time. Caitlin Clark does not fall into the Tiger Woods category by any stretch.
So the comparison was that some people just catch lightning about Tiger Woods being one, the Williams sisters being another. I just don't understand like the hoopla because there's been great women's basketball players before her. And we talked about it
was-
already.
it was-
We
it was-
talked about Candace Parker came in and won the Rookie of the Year. She won the MVP of the season. She's not going to do that. I highly doubt that Candace Parker. Let me ask you, Cleveland. Let me rephrase this statement. What would be an acceptable season for Candace Parker? She'll probably win the Rookie of the Year because she's the most notable woman player, right? Is she going to get her team to the playoffs? Is she going to win a championship? Which of those?
I don't think she's going to do either one of those things. And like you're saying, I think it was. I'm sorry.
You don't think she'll be Rookie of the Year?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said playoffs and championship for the team. Yeah, she'll be Rookie of the Year for sure.
Okay. So fans tuning in, Boots, Otis, when did you guys start watching golf? When did Tiger Woods catch your purview? Was it in that Masters of 1997 or prior? Just for shits and giggles. Are you how interested in seeing? So, are you going to watch any Caitlin before we move on? Caitlin, or will you tune in to watch any of Caitlin?
Yeah, I think there'll be some compelling matchups here or there. It kind of depends on what's on television, Cam. I mean,
will you go to is it Key Arena? It's not Key Arena. What is it? Climate Pledge? Will you go to Climate Pledge when the Fever come to town? It's not moved him. He is not moving. He's not going across town to watch it, huh?
If someone gave me some tickets, I would probably, entertain the idea. I'm not like waiting in line to see it or anything. No.
I started watching very casually, started in the early 90s. Okay, that was pre-Tiger. Early 90s was pre-Tiger. Okay. All right, fair enough. So Cleveland says he's not traveling across town to go watch Caitlin. He's not getting on the bus or fighting parking at Climate Pledge Arena to go see Caitlin. Okay, Cleveland.
I mean, if I get really great seats, I mean, who's going to pass that up? Really? I mean, it's the phenom. It's the new sensation. So if it's that scenario, then yeah. But yeah, I'm not like marking it on my calendar like must see TV. Not just yet. No.
Are you interested in seeing Tom Brady on the Fox network as a broadcaster?
No, broadcasters don't add that extra dimension to the game.
Boo's got a spot for you, Indy.
Oh, Boo's, good looking. Appreciate that, man. If I got foot on the wood, man, yeah, for sure.
Oh, look at it. He's thinking Mike Workman. He don't want it. If his feet ain't on the wood, it's no good. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, the wood for sure. Yeah, no, not particularly.
The broadcasters don't move, so you don't tune in to watch the broadcast.
No, I do not. You have to like go kind of above and beyond to like get me to like really like listen to what it is that you're saying. Like, Tony Romo, when he first came on, it was kind of cool because he could kind of predict what was going to happen and so on and so forth. So like a little bit more injury there.
Tony Romo was wrong 80% of the time.
And like Joe Buck and Aikman are some probably my favorites. G-Reg was starting to grow on me a little bit. But I'm not like, ooh, what's Tom Brady got to say? Like, no. Announcers don't really do that.
So you're not seeking an announcer for the game, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we had our John Madden, right? I mean, we've kind of had our the pinnacle of this, and so it's like, what are you bringing to it? And I don't really think that Tom Brady is going to be just so articulate and like breaking down the game in such a way that I'll just be like, oh, I didn't think of that or didn't see that. So
fair enough. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say. Obviously, they're paying him like 30, close to 40 million a year to do this, so it'll be interesting to see. But I'm not seeking out. Like it'll be the games and who's playing more so whether I watch that game or pay attention to that game. You know what I'm saying? And if it's on a regular Sunday, I'll be at a bar watching multiple games, so not even hearing what the announcers have to say. Yeah. So I'm with you.
I'm not hanging on his every word like everyone else. Like, ooh,
I kind of an announcer can enhance the game. It's there's only a few announcers I think that can detract from the game, but they can certainly announce the game. Like I don't care to hear Grant Hill talk. I don't care what a kind of a outstanding citizen he is, how he's been around the game for so many years, how his parents are so strong minded. I don't want to hear Grant Hill. I like Grant Hill is.
What do you got against Grant?
I don't have any. Well, I do have something against Grant particularly, but I don't want to hear him talk. We were at.
This is almost as interesting as Snoop not making your top 50.
Well, no, this is a little bit closer to home with Grant.
Oh.
What is
gotta get specific. That's all right, man.
No, I mean years and years have gone by. And the funny thing is the girl
this sounds like something in 93, 94-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You don't gotta bring that back up, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but
okay.
Like
he's two-time NCAA champion at that point. Yeah, number 2 pick in the draft. In Carolina, yeah.
No, man. It was I'll tell you. It was an amusement park. What is amusement park? I don't remember the amusement park. I remember I'm sorry. I want to say great adventure, but I'm not sure. But anyway, the Busch Gardens. That's what it was at. That's where it was at.
Okay.
So Grant was hollering at my girl at Busch Gardens. And I didn't know the girl was like, this dude was trying to holler at me. And I was like, we're walking away. I looked over as Grant Hill. And I was like, you probably should have went and talked to dude right there. You probably should have went and talked to dude. But it was no animosity or nothing like that. I just don't want to hear what he has to say. I don't think he brings anything to the microphone. Okay, Grant got a pristine image, squeaky clean image. He's one of those guys. If he went down, a scandal went down, you'd be surprised that Grant Hill's involved, right? But I just don't. I want to say I'm not impressed. I mean, he doesn't move me. And how he's become the director of the Team USA. Did the advisor, Coach K, get him that role? I don't know. You tell me, Cleveland.
Cameron, I am not going to broach the Grant Hill subject.
Oh. Okay, I'm not the only one. Okay, good.
No, this sounds much more deep rooted. I was about to say I just got picked up a Grant Hill jersey to add to my collection. Filthy.
Oh, okay.
And he's the guy that launched my my betting career. So.
See. So
I have a very different opinion of Grant Hill.
I see. It's okay. I mean, we don't have to agree. Like, I mean, I know you're still learning this sports thing and competition and teamwork and all that. I know you're still learning that. I've been teaching you that along the way.
I understand, but Busch Garden language. I understand. I understand how that could rub a fellow the wrong way.
No. Again, if you heard the story, I actually you probably should have went and talked to dude right there. Nonetheless, no, we were just talking about broadcasters, and that came up. Like I'm with you. I agree that broadcasters can. Yeah, I mentioned it. Broadcasters can enhance the game.
They actually help a lot more in basketball than football. I mean, there are certain commentators that, like, for example, I like Mark Schlereth. Like I think he's pretty good. Like he breaks it down from like a different kind of a perspective.
Sure.
And certain, I like Moose. Moose is pretty good at it.
Moose is great. Moose is great.
Yeah, but there's some that you're just kind of like, I saw that. I saw that happen.
You're right. There's a lot of football announcers that I don't need to listen to, and that's why I prefer to hear Eli and Peyton just kind of yap it up like during the game, because I can watch it and I see what's going on the football field. I'd rather hear Eli and Peyton than listen to Buck and Aikman. I've heard Buck and Aikman. I kind of know what they're talking about, right? So I'd rather hear something. Cleveland, there's a tremendous boxing. Well, back to WNBA. Let me get back to that. Golden State introduces the Valkyries as their WNBA team. What do you think about that?
It's a terrible name.
I agree.
What is the connotation and how does it pertain to women's basketball? Quite strange.
Well, it's women's warriors is what it is. Valkyries is a female warrior. But it just doesn't. Valkyries, like that just doesn't roll off your tongue. Like, I mean, maybe that was a purpose of it.
Had a lot of time to think about it, which makes it even more disappointing, right?
Yeah. That one just doesn't roll off your tongue. I'm kind of disappointed. We got a lot of boxing coming up. I don't know if you watch Vasily Lomachenko. He might be back. Kambosos, I think, is done. He's proven to be a
so you're finally off that bandwagon, you're finally off that narcotic. Thanks. So
I really wasn't on it.
Waiting forever for you to get off of that. That's great.
I mean, the way he beat the shit out of Taylor, I thought he was turning the corner. And since then, he just hasn't done much of anything. Haney beat him twice. Lomachenko just knocked him out with a gut punch. Lomachenko just knocked him out with a gut punch. And Lomachenko, a lot of people are saying, is over the hill. So I don't know if that was a fight over the weekend. I actually just saw the highlights of it.
And who was one that put him over the hill?
Who put Lomachenko over the hill? Devin Haney? Well, yeah.
It was before that when he got his title took.
For who you want to say? Oh, come on. You're not going to go to Tio. You're not trying to bring up Tio, are you?
Fimo.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That chump. Kambosos might beat Tio. In fact, he already beat Tio. So he that's who Kambosos need to go see.
Well, Fimo's a champ. I'm sorry, I got you sidetracked. He said there was some other big boxing stuff coming up.
Lineal this weekend, WBC lineal champion Tyson Fury takes on Alexander Usyk, who is WBO, IBF, and WBA unified champ on Saturday. So this is a heavyweight championship in Saudi Arabia. Now, I personally don't buy the lineal championship, but I was corrected. So this is the first time the winner of this fight will become the unanimous champion, the first time since Britain's Lennox Lewis was named unified champion. Now, I asked, the lineal champion is supposed to be the man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. And so this goes back, Tyson Fury will tell you, this goes back to the age of Jack Johnson. Well, come on, guys. Everybody hasn't had the same title since then. There's been wins and losses. How do you become the lineal champ? Like, that lineage would have seemed to have lost its luster to me, in my opinion. And I asked Lennox Lewis about that. He's like, no. It goes back to that because it's the man who beat 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 the man. I'm like, but you never beat that man. Not Lennox Lewis. He was done fighting by that time. He's like, I said, but that fighter never beat that initial fighter. Like, it's gone through stages, and it seemed like it would have been diluted. He's like, no, it's actually a thing, and it's I can only debate with Lennox Lewis so long, right? And I can only this dude 6'4", even though he was well retired by then, but 6'4", 250, 60 pounds by then. Like, he was cool enough to have the conversation with me, but to the point where, like, once he says no, it's actually a thing. Okay, you, I can't argue with this. What do you think? Are you interested in watching Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk?
You know, Cam, I'm over here on the West Coast, and I've never really been able to gauge what time fights in Saudi Arabia start for me.
So it'll be on. If it's not on early afternoon, it'll be on right around 8 o'clock for you.
Like 8 o'clock in the morning?
No, 8 o'clock p.m.
No,
they're gonna put if it's not on in the afternoon, if it's not on like 5 or 6, it's gonna come on around 8 o'clock for you. Because it comes on, it'll be on about 10 here, unless it comes on earlier. That's the one. They're not gonna do a Saturday morning fight because Saudi wants American viewers, and they're actively seeking American viewers. So they're going to put it on a time, not like, I don't know if you paid attention to what was it, the Grand Prix that was the Indy Grand Prix, or
no, that was in Vegas. I mean, I'm saying
no,
like all the other
that started at 1 a.m. But that again, that wasn't for
all
us.
the other Saudi fights that I have seen have been at very weird times, West Coast time. So that's primarily why I haven't watched them. Other than some of the fights haven't really been that intriguing to me. This is one that if it was on, I might check it out if it's at a regular time.
Yeah, it'll be. I'll text you. But it'll be like I gotta schedule a conflict for this night because I'd want to see this fight. Because it is a heavyweight championship fight. Like, you can say what you want about the division and boxing and all of what it is, but the heavyweight championship, like, you want to see that fight, right? The heavyweight champion, and this Tyson Fury, Usyk will come in better shape than Fury will. Fury just has a lineage, and he's shown that he can turn it on. He can fight with the best of them. He's shown that.
And he can also show that a UFC dude can, beat him up pretty good.
I miss fights that were outdoors.
Oh, wow. Say that, Boots. You can go back to Duke who can fight.
Yeah.
That's boxing history right there. That's like you're talking about when they used to fight in Caesar's Palace parking lot. 98 degrees outside on a Saturday, let's get it in.
So we got Shakur Stevenson. So that's the fight this weekend. Shakur Stevenson will defend his lightweight championship, his lightweight world title against Armenian Artem Haritunian on Saturday, July 6th.
So you already hear how that fight's going to go. You don't even know that person's name. What's the next fight?
I challenge you to pronounce his name. Armenian, but Armenian.
If he was somebody, we would have figured out how to pronounce his name by now.
Yeah. That's July 6th. And that's on the same fight card. Keyshawn Davis fights Mexican Miguel Mandano. Keyshawn Davis is an up and coming fighter. Like, he probably should be fighting Ryan Garcia next. That's where he is at. In July, we got Jerron Boots Ennis fighting Cody Crawley. They're fighting for the IBF welterweight championship in Philadelphia. Considering that's in July, considering potentially going for as this would be Boots' first title defense. They're fighting. Boots has the belt that Errol Spence had because Errol Spence didn't want to. Well, once Crawford took the belt from Errol Spence, Crawford didn't fight Boots, so Boots was next in line. So Boots has that belt, and they're fighting for that. And that's in July. June 15th, before that fight, June 15th, Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting Frank Martin on June 15th in Vegas. So that's going to be a good fight. It's not only that going to be a good fight, it's going to be a good fight card because David Benavidez is fighting Alexander Govsdok on that same card. So that's going to be a really good contest on the 15th. So that'll be a good one. So we got some good boxing is heating up for 2024. Even though Cleveland has a lot to say about boxing, boxing is heating up. And we've got some good fights that are worth seeing. So fans, there's your fight card. I mean, Shohei is knocking the leather off the ball. Isn't that how they say it? It's knocking the paint out the ball these days. I mean, you want to give us a Shohei update, or should
I don't do Shohei updates. Can't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna allow you to do a Mariner minute this week. The Mariners 24 and 20. I mean, just above 500. 54% winning percentage. 5-5 of the last 10. They were 6-4 last week, so a little slippages there, but they still, as of now, they're holding off the Metro League. We'll talk about the Mariners.
Oh yeah, Mariners in first place. Once again, have the best pitching staff in baseball. Need to get a big bat in the middle of the lineup, score some more runs. You know, most basic boxing name ever. No kidding. Right up there with Joe Louis. Yeah.
I mean, but who was Joe Louis? I mean, come on, a name don't make the fighter, does it?
Steve, John Smith might as well be his name. But no, the Mariners are playing better. The weather's heating up here in Seattle, which helped out get the win this afternoon. Very big East Coast road trip coming up. Baltimore, Toronto, and New York. So we'll see how that looks. We'll see how they look after they come back, I should say.
Are you happy with the production from the manager now? I mean, are you done complaining about the pitching? I mean,
No, I've never complained about the pitching. They still can't hit, and they still need to get a big bat in the middle of the lineup. The defense has improved. I'm a little concerned with the way he's using the bullpen. He uses his closer for 2 innings instead of 1. It's gonna wear on the team come July, August when they really, really need him to do some things. So hopefully not too much more of that, but get some other relievers with healthy arms. Matt Brash blew his arm out, which is a big contributor to the bullpen, and just get more hitting, man. That's all I can say.
So how do you do that? I mean, what
you trade top tier pitching for elite hitting, elite power hitting.
What do you think? Will they make a move? So you're saying they should be a buyer at the trading deadline, right? Will they make a move, or what?
No, they won't, because they're cheap and they're going to continue with the same narrative that just want some hitters that understand how to control the zone, and they're looking to the future. They don't want to mortgage the future for the present, but I don't know how many times you're going to have the best pitching staff in baseball. So,
and do they have arms on sitting back, even if they trade some of these guys, or?
They have a guy down in AAA that when he was up here, he was the number 5 starter, and he did just fine. Did great.
5 teams above 500. I mean, that's
it's kind of like top tier teams, and then everyone else is kind of very average, kind of middle of the pack. Teams will begin to separate themselves. Right now, it's a lot of Dodgers, Atlanta.
So we're 50 games into the season. I mean,
we're about 25% through, about 40 games, 40-ish.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see how things transpire, right? They're still warming up, right? Cleveland, they're still warming up this season.
I mean, Julio's still warming up. I mean, he's starting to get better. Can already see he's a very slow starter. This has become a habitual thing at this point. So this is the 3rd season of starting really, really slow. So he's starting to heat up, but again, they depend on him entirely too much to drive in runs, and without his production, they leave a lot of runners on base, and eventually that will catch up with them. So until they get someone that can kind of, clear the bases, it's just going to be a lot of, 3-2s and 4-3s that just, that are going to sound very painful after a while.
Okay. Well, we'll see how they finish up, man. Maybe hopefully they stay in contention past the All-Star break. I mean, we're about 6 weeks from the All-Star break. Let's see if they maintain this pace.
Well,
6 weeks.
About 8 weeks. About 2 months.
All-Star break is usually right around the 4th of July, right?
About mid-July.
They're pushing it back now because it was the 4th of July, so they're pushing it back even further. Like the NFL starting later in the year.
Oh man! By the time the NFL's done, it's gonna be March before that season's over. They're gonna play in Super Bowls in March.
All right. Well, let's see if the M's, if they're able to stay up, and then we'll give you guys a Shohei update. Last week he was leading the league in multiple categories. Let's see how he's doing next week, because Cleveland gets kind of bored and tired of hearing Shohei is the best in the world, but I mean he keeps proving it week after week. So we'll give you guys an update here in a few weeks. Fans, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Let's give Cleveland a round of applause for being here tonight. I want to give our callers and our texters a shout out. Otis, Boots, thank you guys for being part of the show. SB, Clint, appreciate you guys' contributions as well. Fans, not only do we play our number games at the beginning of the show, we give you the history lesson in midway through the show, but I also like to leave the show with the motivational quote. Something you guys can take with you guys and just kind of give you some encouragement throughout the weekend. Thank you, Booth. Thank you again for being part of the show today. Again, I just like to leave you guys with a little motivation and kind of get you through the week. And this Sunday, I was traveling this past Sunday, so wasn't able to give you our content. In fact, you guys should know, those of you don't know, but it's done, Cleveland. It's all done, buddy. All that's left is sporting the gear now.
I like that that you got the lacrosse sweatshirt at that.
You noticed that, huh?
I did see that.
You noticed that. So yeah, historic lacrosse team that Syracuse has. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. But again, like I say, just want to give you guys a motivational quote to carry you guys through the rest of the week. One of the secrets of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Benjamin Disraeli. One of the secrets of success in life, Cleveland, is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Now, you guys have heard this in multiple fashions. Sugar Free used to say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Basically what this is saying. Be ready for your opportunity when it comes, or strike when the iron's hot, Cleveland. You've heard that one multiple times. So stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But that's a secret to success. Be ready when the opportunity comes so you can seize that opportunity. Fans, I wish you guys seize your opportunities and you guys are ready to take advantage of the opportunities when they come across your table. With that, I want to thank you guys again for tuning into the Voice of the Fans podcast. Give yourselves a round of applause for sticking with us. And Cleveland, as always, I want to tell the fans, thank you for making our voice your choice.